Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. I'm here. It is 3 in the morning, because what's new? Welcome to another weekend vlog, my friends. First official weekend vlog of 2026, and we're starting it with a bang, i.e. in bed, playing with Freya. She's here. There she is. We are currently having fishy time. We do this every night and every morning without fail. She will wake me up in the morning if I take too long, either by meowing really loud or like chirping. She loves to just chirp and all the time. It's the cutest sound. Or she'll stand on my face. She'll like come and like stand on me and be like, "Wow, we must play." So this is very fun. But hello friends, welcome to the weekend. This weekend is going to be very, very, very chill. It already has been pretty chill. I have started this year with a very strange feeling in my brain and my chest, and I was very weirded out by it all day today, and it kept me up until like 4 a.m. yesterday with I was actively trying to fall asleep since like 1:30, and I just couldn't. My brain would not shut the fuck up. So it was consumed with this irritation at myself for being unable to do the things that I want to be doing. And it is something I'm bringing up in therapy, don't worry about it. I've already waxed poetic about it in my journal. But I'm itching to do things. Like I want to be reading, I want to be fucking writing, I want to be doing all this stuff, and yet I just can't. Like I sit on my couch and I'm stuck, right? So hopefully something I can work on in therapy. We shall see how that goes. And today it kind of like spilled over from yesterday, and I became in like a really terrible mood by the end of the day. I don't know what it was. I got up from my chair, from my desk at like 5-ish, and I was probably also in a kind of a shitty mood because I had to do the tax forms for work because, you know, tax season is coming up. So I had to fill in 2 different forms, and it took me 4 different tries with each form to make it save properly, because every time I went to go save it, it just like voided the whole document. Like it just went blank. All the work that I just typed in, it was so tedious and so dumb. It took me 20 minutes to fill out 2 forms and then send that back to my coworker who needs them. So I was annoyed. And then I got up and I made dinner, and it was like very mid. It was not what I was wanting. My carrots were moldy. They were mushy goop. I was not having a good time, and I was just in a very bad mood. And then I don't even know what I did. I think like this time between eating dinner and then the time when my friend Sophia finally released her very first YouTube video. You better go fucking check it out. She's the best, and the video is so cutie. It's edited so well. It's so fun, and she's just naturally so good at the camera already. I mean, she has TikTok, so like she's used to that, but like it makes me so proud. I'm so proud of her for actually doing this. She's been wanting to for years, and I've been trying to convince her for a couple years to get her on this platform, but she fucking did it. She did it. She released her first video. So guys, you gotta go give her all the love. All the love. Subscribe. Go comment on that video. Tell her how amazing she is, how cutie the video is, what your favorite part of it was. Go right now. I don't even care. Click off my video. Go right now to her. I'm leaving it in the description so you can go find it really easy. It made me so happy. Genuinely so happy. I pulled it up on my big screen. I watched it 3 times because it was just so good, and I love her so dearly, and I'm so proud of her. So yes, go watch it. Go give her all the love. Anyways, so that like turned my mood around, and then I was knitting and doing all sorts of things and watching episodes of Call Her Daddy. So I've been I was taken in by a TikTok clip, as is per usual on things that I start watching. But I saw this clip of Jeanette McCurdy, who wrote I'm Glad My Mom Died and is coming out with a fiction book this month, half his age. She was on Call Her Daddy. She's the first guest of 2026, and I was like, oh, I really want to watch that whole, like the clips that I keep seeing are fantastic. I want to see her whole conversation, and it was just so incredible. And then I went into the backlog of Call Her Daddy, and I watched one with Ellen Pompeo, who is Grace, Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy, which I have never watched. I've never been able to. I don't watch hospital shows. The closest I've come is House, because it's not graphic. I can't do graphic hospital. But mom used to watch Grey's religiously when I was a kid. So I watched that one, and the conversations are just so fantastic. And then I've now watched Kim Kardashian's one, which I have never seen Kim Kardashian actually string a sentence together. Like I've never heard her talk, and it was a fascinating episode. And I'm like genuinely shocked that people have layers. and they're not just what society, what the paint's about to be. Like, that was crazy. I was just like, oh my god, she has like, she's smart. What the fuck? Anyways, and I've watched the Shonda Rhimes one, and I think it was the Shonda Rhimes one that really like put the itch under my skin to be like, to want to be inspired, because listening to Shonda Rhimes talk about inspiration and how it's not a dream, you just have to go out and fucking do it, I was like, oh my god. In doing that, I wrote like a tiny journal entry, because I'm also getting into like junk journaling and stuff, and like just mindless, like almost, I think it's commonplace, it's somewhere between junk journaling and commonplace journaling, the journal that I've created now, on top of my reading journal and my regular planner and my 1 line a day. So I have 4 journals this year. Crazy, I know. But I ended up she's a slow stalker, this one. I ended up doing this whole like couple of spreads in Canva of like just things on Pinterest that I want to print off and journal with. And then I added a third one last night, I guess, when I was watching Call Her Daddy, because I was so like I just wrote down so many words, and like I was trying to explain what was in my brain and all this kind of stuff. And then so I have a couple things that I want to get printed off of, like the Call Her Daddy logo and a picture of Shonda Rhimes and like all this kind of stuff that I like little quotes and little things, and like the host and her previous co-host that she used to run the podcast with in bed, like looking just fucking boss as fuck with their little sunnies on and their little podcast mics. I've like, it looks so cute, and I want to like get them printed and do a journal spread with it. But yeah, I've just been in such a weird mood. I'm actually in such a good mood now because of like Sophia's video completely turned it around, and then I started reading. Funny how that turns the mood fucking around. The tables have turned, my friends. And so I started reading. I picked up Unseelie by Ivelisse Houseman because my audiobook is leaving me on Libby in like 2 days. So, all right, it said 3 days today, so it would be 2 days tomorrow. And I am 55% of the way through. I thought I was further through it. When I like look at the physical book, it looks like I'm closer to like 65% through, but according to the page count, 55%. The audiobook is great and the book is great, and I'm surprised because one, it's YA duology, and you guys know how I feel about YA. I've completely fallen out of YA in the past couple years. It just is not my age range to read in. And yet I still keep trying because it is the most diverse and incredibly saturated market of fantasy that is written by diverse voices. And I wish adult fantasy was more like that. It is slowly becoming like that, but adult fantasy is my genre. It is just really populated with old white men, you know? And so like if I want to read really diversely, I do have to dip back occasionally into the YA age range. And that's fine, because every once in a while I do find one that is a banger, like Legendborn, banger, you know? And so I picked this up on the recommendation of Allie from Allie's Shelf here and TikTok and Instagram. And I have the second one also on my shelves because I felt like it's a duology. I just need to get both of them right at the same time, you know? And so because my audiobook is running out on this one, I was like, well, I gotta start it tonight, obviously. So having that little bit of pressure there, and I was like, okay, great. I started reading it at like 11 because that's my shit. I sat there in like kind of fight or flight. I was watching lots of Call Her Daddy and I was knitting at the same time, and I was in a good mood. I was in a better mood, and then I started reading, and then this book just like carried me away. So this is what I'm going to be reading this weekend. I'm definitely going to be reading Unseelie by Ivelisse Houseman, and also I'm going to be reading The Surviving Sky by Kritika Rao because I started that this week. I'm back into my reread. I'm 20% of the way through that, and I forgot how addictive that book is. I don't know what it is. It's so different. I will talk about that one more when I get to it. I pick it back up because I want to talk about Unseelie right now, but it is just The Surviving Sky is so different from any other fantasy I've ever read, and yet I can still like find comparisons. Like I would compare it to The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin and like Critical Role's Exandria Unlimited with like the floating worlds and stuff like that. Like the not Aor, but whatever the other fucking one is. Unseelie. It follows 2 twin sisters, one of whom is a changeling. And it says in the actual like bio that it is, or like the description of the book, that it is an autistic changeling. Like she is specifically autistic. It is so fascinating to see how Ivelisse Houseman has knit her neurodivergence, our main character, Seeley's like neurodivergence, into this book, and it is so well done, and I'm so annoyed at our main character so much in this book, And I have to keep reminding myself that she is like this because she is autistic. I still love her very deeply. Like, she's such a lovable character, and she's such a, like, you want her to do so well, and you want her to, like, I don't know, like, you want her to succeed and stuff like that. You want her to, like, follow her dreams and do the things. And I think it's my own brand of neurodivergence and being an author combining and, like, having a little bit of a tussle with this, because I have to keep reminding myself that she, like, the reason why things are happening and why she's, like, digging her heels in so much, and she's so, like, freaked out by change and all this kind of, she's autistic. It is perfect representation, and I get it. I'm like, yeah, there's so much in this that I see in myself, and then I'm like, but also, I need things to move a little quicker, because, like, come on, like, we gotta, like, get going, we gotta get the story working. But I also understand that it is a perfect balance. Like, I was looking at I loaded it into Storygraph, and, like, the perfect balance of this story is, like, it's very, very 50-50 on, like, character and plot. It is doing the things that it is wanting to do. So the representation in this book is fantastic. It starts with our main character, Celie, and her sister, Isolde. Celie is a changeling, and Isolde is her twin sister, so they look, like, identical. There's a couple little things that, like, you can tell them apart, because Isolde always wears black, and Celie always wears her hair long in a braid. You can tell them apart, and there's, like, something very distinctly Fae about her. At the beginning of this, they have, like, run away from their family. They've been trying to make a go of it so that they can then go back to their parents and, like, uproot them and then take them somewhere where they can, like, just live without people knowing who they are, because being a changeling and being Fae in this world is dangerous. Like, people don't like her, like, it's all this kind of stuff. So they're trying to basically make a lot of money to, like, come back and, like, help their family or whatever, like, be reunited with their parents. And so we meet them as they're about to perform their very first break-in, because Isolde is a, like, pickpocket, and she's very good at it, but they're gonna, like, level up, and they're gonna break into this empty manor and steal something in there. They're gonna, like, see what's there during this big, like, reveling fate type of thing. They break into this place, and they also come into contact with two other people who have also broken into this house. And all four of them go for the same artifact. And then when Celie touches this artifact, it, like, vanishes into her, and she becomes, like, it becomes part of her. And I still don't understand the magic of it, but I love when we have a sentient object and it is, like, it has an effect on people, and it's in their heads. This is one of my favorite tropes. Like, it's so good, and it's such a, like, unused trope, and I love it so much. Anyway, so then the two sisters, like, flee, and then they get, like, re-caught up again, because the other two are like, hey, besties, you have the compass that we want. And they're like, bet. We can't really do anything about that because it's in one of us. So it kind of kicks off this, like, uneasy partnership with all of them, and it starts beginning a little bit of found family and stuff like that. So where I'm at, it, like, started kicking off a little bit more. Like, it's definitely very stressful, and the story moves. Like, it's expertly plotted, it's beautifully written, and I'm really, really enjoying the story of it, and I'm enjoying the lore and all this kind of stuff. And there's so many secrets and things that I want to know more of. Like, I know Rick and Eleni, or Alani, or however you say her name, like, the two that are part of the other half of this. Like, I know they have more secrets. I just know. And I know that there's going to be something that's a big reveal, and I know there's going to be something going on with where they're headed, because the compass, like, something, like, appears and tells them that, like, oh, like, if you do this, like, I'll guide you to this, like, unimaginable wealth. So they're gonna go find the treasure or whatever. So I'm very into this book, and I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. So those are the two books that I want to finish this weekend. Tomorrow also is game night at my friend Hannah and Samuel's house, so I will be going over there for a little while. And I also need to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so that's gonna be a thing. But then other than that, I'm just hanging out on my couch, relaxing, because being back for a full week of work was draining after being off for so many days. So yeah, anyways, long ramble kind of ending. Welcome to the vlog. I am rambling. I am rambly today. I haven't really talked to anyone today, so it's you and me, bestie. I'm trying to coax my cat to come back up on the couch. I don't know where she is. But anyways, I will chat to you tomorrow. Welcome to the vlog. Let's see what I get read this weekend and what else I get up to. I'm gonna continue playing. Freya. Hi, baby. I love that her eyes are glowing red. I don't know if they're gonna show up in the thing after this, but I love that they're glowing specifically red in this camera. Anyways, I'll chat to you tomorrow. Mom, we got an order of food and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You're upside down in your food box. Are you just that happy? Oh my goodness. Oh, you happy? Got 2 bags. We're good for months. Wow. The mama wants some. Bessie, you have some in your bowl. What do you think? You happy? Are you happy? Oh, you sniffing my hand. So nice. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What's up? Oh, so now that I turned the camera on, you're not gonna meow? Huh? What's the matter? What's the matter? Silly girl. What's happening up there? Oh, she's eating cutie patootie. Hi, baby. Oh. Oh. Hello, my girl. I love you so much. Oh. Hi, Smooth. Hi, baby. You want to stay down now? What a baby girl. Freya just turned into like super stealth. And I was like, what do you see? I look outside, there's a fucking deer on the road. What is happening? It says, hey guys, I'm here. Oh my god, that's crazy. It's so little, what is it doing here? Ah. Oh my god. How exciting. So weird. I've seen footprints before out like in front of my building. Hoofprints I should say, but I had never seen evidence of a deer in this area. I've seen them way down the road because there's like forest there, but there's no trees around me. Sir's just going for a walk in the middle of the fucking night. It's 3 a.m. What is he doing awake? Or she, I guess. What are they doing awake? Hello friends, happy Sunday. I guess technically Monday because it's almost 2:30 in the morning. And I'm getting ready to do some physio stretches. Hopefully it'll help because I've been having a very, very bad pain day, which is annoying because yesterday was a low pain day. I was walking around, I was like, oh, my knees don't really hurt until I sit down or stand up, and I'm happy. Today, that shit hurts so bad. But I wanted to pop in because I finished a book today. I ended up finishing Unseelie by Ivelisse Hausman. It was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars. I will say, like, I enjoyed I've said this in like 3 different places now, but I enjoyed the first 80% of this book so much. I really enjoyed the story and where things were going, and I really liked the characters, and I was really liking it. I love a little quest. I love a little like treasure hunt. I love a heist that's failed right at the beginning. All that vibe. And then it got bad. A little bit. It wasn't bad. It was just confusing and batshit, and it was like the author had something perfectly streamlined, and then the end was just all like frayed knots of ideas, and then the author scooped them all together and smushed them into something that was like, and went, here. It felt discombobulated and off and odd. And then literally the last 2 pages, I read them again, and I was fucking infuriated because I was so annoyed because this last chapter, there's so much happening and it feels like we've stepped backwards in a little bit of our character growth with our main character, and like shit's happening and these 2 sisters are like reunited and it's all sorts of all things are happening, and I fucking flipped a page and then it's like I got an essay, like the words, the feeling of the writing changes a little bit. Like it feels like I'm reading the end of an essay, like a conclusion to an essay. It just like, it's like our author got to page 422 and was like, shit, I got 1 page left of any space to write. I'm at my max, and had to squish it all in here and gave us 2 pages that felt just so rushed, so badly written. Like I just, what the fuck even happened? And I was so annoyed. Like, our main character is assuming things that she would not know, that like she has no context over. Like she saw this dragon for 0.2 seconds and she assumes something about it. Bestie, you have no proof of this. Like that is not, there's no, like, you literally have no proof of this. Also, like there's a moment between the 2 sisters right at the end where like one of the sisters says kind of something completely out of the blue. The other sister's like, I am different. And I was like, huh? That is so out of character. It is so not fitting in this moment. Yeah, these last 2 pages, hot fucking mess. So I dropped it a full half star because of that. So I gave it 4 stars instead of like 4.5, because I was really enjoying the beginning and I really like our main character. I love the representation. I love the story itself. I really enjoyed this until like the very, very end, and then I got annoyed. So I'm not going to be picking up the sequel quite yet. I am waiting for the audiobook to come in, but I will pick up the audiobook when that comes in to Libby. Anyways, because I was having a really bad pain day, I got home from mom and dad's and I was sitting on my couch and I was contemplating doing a bunch of shit. And I ended up deciding to do a junk journal spread. Junk journal, it's more like scrapbooking because I don't actively have any junk for this page. It's a lot of just like magazine, ephemera, and paper and whatever. So I sat down and I did a little spread in my junk journal, random journal. I'm happy about this. I think it looks really cool. I also decided today, fun fact, because in my reading journal, I have like a big page that is just, I would get up to get it, but I'm sitting and that's going to be so much pain. So I gotta eliminate how many times I'm getting up and sitting down. I have a whole page for like taking notes while I'm reading, and I have finished 2 books and I am 3/4 of the way down the page already of notes, and I'm not even taking as many notes as I would like to be taking. So because I'm like there's not enough space on this page. And also because I watched Jenny's video, I rewatched her video on her anti-brain rot challenge, and she was talking about her like media journal, and she wants to like, that's where she's going to take her notes on her books and her movies and her TV shows that she watches, stuff like that. And I was like, that's really smart. So I ended up picking up another journal. So we're expanding the journal count to 5, which is just crazy. I ordered it, so it should be on its way. I tried to think about other sizes that I could do. I was thinking about doing the traveler's one, and I was like, no, I'm gonna have a lot to say probably, and I want enough space if I do have a lot to say. So I picked up another like regular A5 size, which should be fun, in the same brand and the same color that my reading journal is, the Typhosi or Tifosi, however you say that. So I know I really like the feel of those journals. They're really nice to write in. And like the pen that I use all the time like doesn't bleed or anything. So I'm going to be picking that up, and I'm going to be going forward from whenever it arrives. And that's where I'm going to be doing my like notes on books and stuff, because I've run out of space in the way that I'm doing it now. So that's okay. I will figure out another layout for February as we go forward. This is just like we're testing things out in January with the notebooks and everything, which is fun. Anyways, yeah, I did do this whole spread and I'm really happy about it. But as I was doing the scrolling and I was like finding the notebooks and stuff, I did also make another stationery order. So I have more random shit coming to me, because it's just, this is the hyperfixation this month. This is what we're in on. So I have some more journaling stuff coming to me, which will be exciting and fun. So that spread, I was doing it and I was like, oh, like what if I could do like one of my frame pictures whenever that comes in, like that kind of a thing. So I was thinking about that when I was doing that spread. So I might add to that spread eventually, but it is a favorite hobby spread. So it's all about like books and reading and whatever. I don't know. I just needed to do something that was like a wind down that wasn't just scrolling on social media while I was listening to someone play Stardew on the TV, because it's such a high pain day that I was just like, I just need cozy. I just need cozy. So I'm gonna do my exercises. Hopefully they will help ease me into sleep, and then I gotta go to sleep because I'm fucking tired. But yeah, this weekend's been very chill. Yesterday's game night was so fun. I'm so glad it was a low pain day for game night, because I would have been so uncomfy sitting there if I was in high pain sitting at my friend's place, because we were all around the dining room table. It was very fun. We ended up playing Wavelength and some betting game that I don't remember the name of, and then also Codenames. And I love Codenames. That is a game that I could play forever. So I went on my phone immediately. I was like, I wonder if there's a mobile game for this. There is. I bought it because it was $6.99, and I've been playing it on my iPad. Like, it's one of those games where you play with real people. So it's not just like an AI shooting things at you. Like, you're actually dealing with real people as you're playing with it. So it also takes time because people are given like 24 hours to do their move in the game. And I just like, I've started so many missions because I'm just like, I just want to do this. I want to just play with an AI. Like, I want to just continue to play. So it's making me like not play as much, which is smart because I shouldn't do that, but I have it on my iPad. I love my little iPad. I've been trying to find nice games on it and like trying different things. I got A Little to the Left as well. I did the free version originally, and then I played through the free version in like 10 minutes. And I was like, well, I really like this game. I'm just going to get the full version. And it's like endless puzzles kind of a thing. It's really cozy. So I love A Little to the Left. Highly recommend that. It's very fun. And then today I did absolutely fuck all. I just sat on my couch. And then I finished Unseelie, second book of the year done. 4 stars. Did I tell you guys about my book blanket? Oh my god, did I tell you about my book blanket? Where the fuck is my other journal? Oh, it's right in front of me. Oh my god. Too many journals. Guys, I'm doing a book blanket this year. I've decided. I'm doing a book blanket this year. That's like one of my big projects that I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be crocheting a book blanket. I'm very excited about it. I have yarn coming to me from Hobbii, or Hobbii, Hobbi, because I was looking because when I was planning this out, I realized that I needed like 21 different colors for what I wanted to track in the book blanket. And I was like, well, I can't buy like 21 skeins of yarn that are like $2, $3, $4 a piece. Like, it has to be like $1 a piece almost, because I'm going to be getting multiples of them too. So I needed a place that was dirt cheap. And I ended up finding Hobbii's yarn. They had a sale. I think it ended up being $2 or $3 a yarn skein. So it was a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but it was much better than paying like $6, $7 a skein. So I have 21 different yarn colors coming to me. And I'm tracking the reading in this journal for some fucking reason. I should be doing it in my book journal. It's fine. Maybe I'll transfer it at some point, but this is what I've got. I'm going to be doing, instead of, because I've seen some people do like crochet book blankets where they do like a crochet granny square for every book cover so like it matches. And I was like, that's really cool, but you're gonna need so many fucking colors to be able to even try and attempt that, because there's so many different colors on book covers, right? So I was thinking, and I think Mandy Reads, I think on TikTok is her name. She did a crochet book blanket last year where she tracked 3 separate things. She tracked her method of reading, her star rating, and her genre, or something like that. Like, it was one of those, like, she tracked 3 separate things and did a granny square that had like a moon, a sun, and a border, and that's like her 3 colors that she worked with for every book. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. So I personally did the method, and I have 5 different options for method, because I'm going to be tracking if it was a tandem physical book. Like, as you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I listen to 95% of my books, but I also read in tandem with my eyeballs. So I'm listening as I'm reading. Like, I have the double, you know? So I want to track tandem physical and also tandem ebook, because sometimes that happens. And then I have audio alone, physical alone, and then ebook alone. So I bought like 1 skein for each of those, because I know that's just not going to happen. So that's going to be the first, like the center of the granny square. And then I have star ratings. And because I do half stars, and I was like, I could just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that doesn't feel right, because I have a lot of 4 stars that aren't 4.5 stars, you know, and I don't want them to be the same color. So I have 9. I have a 1-star DNF, a 1.5 star, 2 star, 2.5 star, 3, 3.5 star, 4, 4.5 star, and a 5. And I have them all listed out with the colors that I've ordered, thinking of like what I'm going to be doing. So I have another 9 there. And then I have all the different genres that I usually read. I have fantasy, I have sci-fi, lit fic, mystery, thriller, horror is another category, classic, and romance. That's it for genre. And then I've been looking on Pinterest to see if I like a particular granny square pattern more than just the classic granny square. And there's a couple that I'm really liking, and I need to get the yarn to like test them out to see if I can make them the same size or like what size I want them to be, because they're gonna be quite small. Because if I make a blanket with like granny squares this big and I read 100 or more books, that's gonna be a fucking huge blanket, right? So I'm just like, I gotta do the math once the yarn is here and I do some test squares. But one of my friends said, well, if you want to track something else, you could do like 2 different kinds of squares as like another metric. And then I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I could do a kind of square for if it's from the library or if it's from my TBR. That's fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? So if I own the book, it'll be 1 square. And if I don't own the book and it's from the library, a real different kind of square. So again, I got to test things out once the yarn is actually here. But I don't think I told you about that. So that's going to be something that I am going to do. That's going to be a big project, which I'm very excited about. And I get to put another book down because I just finished Unseelie today. So Unseelie is a tandem physical, so we have another A, and it got a 4 star, so it's gonna be a different color, and it's another fantasy, so another A. So that's how I've been doing it. So I gave each one of the categories like either a letter or the number is the star rating, and then uppercase letter is like method, and then lowercase letter is genre. So that's how I'm tracking that. And I have like a whole graph here that's like, I'm gonna tick it off once I've crocheted them, so like I can keep track. And on this page I can fit like 70 something books, so we'll see what I do when I get past that 70 something mark, but this works for now. I'm very excited about it, and I'm glad that I'm reading like a couple books before the yarns come, because I know I'm gonna be so excited and I wanna like make a bunch of granny squares. So I'm gonna have a couple granny squares actually to make for the blanket, so that's exciting. And we'll decide whether or not I'm going to crochet them all together as I go, or if I just store them all as like separate yarns. I feel like crocheting them all together as I go is probably the best thing to do, so that I have like the right order, the right months, and then it's a lot less work right at the end. But we shall see when the yarn gets here. I don't know when that's going to be, because it's coming from the UK, or Holland. Where's Hobie? I think it's Holland. Anyways, my friends, that's the update. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I need to do my fucking exercises because I've been yapping at you for like 20 minutes, but yay for finishing another book in January. I'm so sleepy and I've had a bad pain day, so I'm gonna clock off and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for Monday. But pretty good weekend, I'm not gonna lie. Been crafty, been friend-filled, and I finished a book. Fuck yeah. Hello, friends. It is officially Monday evening. I am very sleepy. And I just finished editing up until this very clip, and I got really excited about my book blanket again. But I'm sat on the couch, had a good day at work. I actually ended up I got to leave work early, teaching early, because one of my kids didn't come, and I guess my boss knew well in advance, and so asked my last 2 kids if they could come earlier in the schedule so that I could leave like a half hour early, which is kind of nice. I got Wendy's on the way home because I was like, I'm fucking not in the mood to cook and I'm so hungry. And I sat down. I've got List the Last on the TV. I got this baby and her little thing. And I did another spread tonight in my little junk journal because I apologize if this is loud at all, because you were sitting on my computer right now. I don't know if you can hear a fan. But, so this was yesterday's, of course. And then, when I was doing yesterday's, I found this cutie little gnome painting in one of the national, whatever, the Geographic magazines I have. I really like this. It's like one of the Supernatural magazines that I found. And it's been so great for the past few years for journaling. It's all fantasy stuff, but it has this cutie little painted picture of all these gnomes and fairy tale creatures. And then I was like, I would love to do a spread with that. So today I sat down and I did a cutie little spread, and I had this like, it was one of those envelopes that has like a tiny window in the front. I saw someone on TikTok cut that out and glue 3 sides of it to be like a little pocket in your journaling, and I think that's really cute. So I've written fairy supplies at the bottom. and I've cut out a bunch of flowers, and they are all not stationary. They're like just tucked in there. Excited about that. And I think once I get the more of the supplies that I've been ordering, I'm gonna fill this out more, because there's definitely a lot of like blank space and like more spots. I could do like fun stickers if I have any fairy stickers, or like fun, I don't know, whimsical things. So this is the spread from today. We love it. And I've been really enjoying just doing random like scrapbooky stuff. This journal is already not wanting to stay closed, so I do this. Binder clip it and it just kind of props itself open. Anyways, but yes, what a lovely weekend, my friends. I not only finished a book, I've been journaling, I got to see my friends on Saturday. It's been a good time. And today was a better pain day, thank God. But I am sore in a different way today. It's like my muscles are like so fucking tight in my thighs. And I'm like, I noticed that now. Like that's the kind of pain that I have now when I move in certain ways. And I'm like, oh. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with my legs. I just don't know. It's fine. I got physio on Thursday, so we'll keep going. Keep going. Anywho's all. Thank you guys so much for being with me this weekend and hanging out. It's been a wonderful time. I love you all very dearly, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.